Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. I'm Bob Else, along with Warren Altimore and Wayne Brokenshire, back again to bring you tonight's game from the Silver Bowl. The Red Tornadoes host the Seals of Selingsgrove. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, great to be here.
I didn't miss actually the Wyalusing trip itself, but I did miss not being here. It's always good to be back. If you're going to miss a game, you might as well miss the Wyalusing game.
The trip to the northern tier, right?
And to be absolutely truthful with you, we all know why I couldn't go. My mother won't let me travel that far. So I didn't go, okay? So big deal. Now it's out in the open when it's all done with. Now we come in tonight, we look at, of course, the Selingsgrove Seals, ladies and gentlemen. They come in with 3 losses. They're 6-3 right now. And, of course, they started off with such great hopes when they bounced Danville in that opener. People looked at them because they played us tough last year. They came on in the end of the season last year, and people said this was an up-and-coming program. They're big. They got some skilled people, but they've had some problems here in the waning games of the season. Montoursville beating them last week, which was truly an upset.
Yeah.
You know, they were expected to slaughter Montoursville, and they come out of there with a loss, which really hurt them as far as their own district chances go and where they're going to be seated. So they come in tonight. Of course, it's a AAA team. We absolutely must win the game if we have any chance of being the number 1 district seed. So there's a lot riding on the game. Of course, they need to be seated in their district in AAA, so they're also going to be coming in here and looking for a win. So it should be a good ball game. The thing that's probably a little different than, well, not probably from last week, because they're a lot like Wyalusing in the fact that they run a lot, although they will throw a little bit more than the Rams did last week.
One thing you look at, they played tough against Shikellamy, the score 28-21, and also another close one was the Blue Mountain score. With Blue Mountain blowing everybody away this year, they lost only 31-20. So they've had some real tough games against some good opponents. Again, they beat Danville early, like you said, and the loss to Montoursville was a shock last week. I mean, whether they were looking ahead, one thing that was happening for them last week, they had the chance to win the CSC Division I crown outright. The Central Susquehanna,
yeah.
And they lost that. So who knows what happened to them last week, but they're ready for a rebound this week. The Red Tornadoes are going to receive to open up this game. They'll be going right to left on your screen, and the final regular season game right here from the Silver Bowl.
And the thing to look at from the Seals is, of course, Leidick is the quarterback. Now, he's only a sophomore.
Right.
But he's going to be a good one. This is a kid you're going to hear about over the next couple of years. He'll put the ball in the air. Now, he's throwing to a kid named Clit Inch, number 84. He's the other guy you're going to pay attention to while they're on offense. Inch has the speed. He's got the size. He's somebody that's going to do some damage and let him get open in that secondary. The other guys are Resegi coming in at tailback, and, of course, you got Freed or Sassaman playing that fullback position. They are a pro offense. They will set up in the pro offense. You'll see some slot. You'll see all kinds of different things there. But they're basically a running football team. If you're going to try to judge the percentage, you would say 70% run, maybe 30% pass. So that kind of plays into Mount Carmel area's strength is the run, because no one has run on this defense this year, and no one, I believe, is going to run on it for the rest of this year. Passing is the only way that you're going to have any shot at us. And I'm going to say that just kind of tongue-in-cheek, because I don't think we're ever going to see a Shikellamy again. I don't think we're going to see a kid do that again. So I don't know. I mean, right now you got speed on Mount Carmel area side, and again, speed has been in every single football game this year a determining factor. The Seals do not bring the same amount of speed into this game that we do.
Kicking off for the Seals will be number 15, Terry Newman. A cool evening here at the Silver Bowl, guys.
I didn't notice.
Oh, it definitely is. Sailing in the direction of Sebas, takes it on about the 12-yard line, cuts back to the middle of the field, and is tackled at about the 21. Good open field tackle by number 33, Jared Mitterling.
As Big Red goes on offense tonight, two keys on offense to watch. Of course, Cuff, we're not sure how much he'll play offensively tonight. Again, he's still hampered a little bit by the injury. And Sebas got dinged also, so you're going to have to pay a little more attention to him. I don't know if he's going to be able to do all the things he's done all season. Well, he has a little bit of pain there in his knee.
Try Veach off the right side, stuffed in there for about no gain. Good play by the left side of the Seals defense. Defensive end getting up there, guys? Looks that way, doesn't it?
Yep.
Number 86 in on the tackle, which is Doug Ritter. Ritter starts the game at outside linebacker.
Seals are in a 4-4.
Actually a 2-yard gain. Back to pass. Looks out in the flats. Now runs with the ball. Looking in the center of the field. Hits Paracella. First down and 10 at the 42.
Excellent play. Sebas did the right thing. He went back into the pocket, and as the pocket folded around him, he came up through the center of the pocket and found Paracella downfield about 15 yards curling around.
Curling in the middle of the field, Wayne.
In the middle of the field. We'll emphasize that, middle.
Wide open, too, wasn't he?
I'm not going there. You guys can travel anyhow you want there, but I'm not.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Ball's on the 41-yard line. Going to try Bailey. Up the middle, still on his feet, 5-yard gain and a little more. Tackle made by 67.
Yeah. Tough run by Bailey. His normal type of running, get hit one. You have to wrap your arms around Bailey. Strong kid, you can't do anything up high on him. Hit at the line of scrimmage, and he picks up 7 yards on that carry.
Second down, 3 to go. Going with Bailey, the lone back, and now 88 goes in there. They set up. That's good. They did a good job there waiting for him to get set up. Quick pass in the flats. First down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Good catch made by 88 Shellhammer. And I don't know who came out. Someone had to come out, and they didn't have him in the game, Warren.
I didn't see. Now Cuff's going back in, so I'm guessing that's who came out. Yeah, I mean, that's who's replacing him. So he went in for Cuff at the tight end position. And that was a nice catch that time. Shellhammer got himself in the right position, blocked everybody else out, and caught the ball for a first down. And that's what you're going to see a little bit. The good thing about us is that, and we've said this all the time, is that you get so many players here that are going to play an active part in a football game. You know, you're not just talking about 11 or 15 kids. You're going to see 30 or 35 kids actually play football tonight on a regular basis.
Seba's going to roll and run with this one. First down at the 34, and nice offensive showing here, but he fumbles on the play. Sebas fumbles, and first down and 10 Seals.
I'll tell you what, excellent play call.
Excellent play calling. They came out with some really good stuff there, and a fumble on the play.
Unfortunately, in that case there, we spread everybody out, and we cleared that zone. We cleared the left side of the field. Sebas just rolled around, and he had the pulling guard right in front of him.
They got a tackle out there that's 6'3", 284 pounds, guys. Take a look at 71 when he lines up. This is no small group of guys out there on the offensive line for the Seals.
Leidick back to pass. Big rush. Good play by number 58, Mike Sinkovich. The difference between the drop back of Bowman and Chickalemi was 3 steps. Leidick here goes back 5 steps, and he's going to get tackled on 5-step drop back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was intentionally going to roll out, but if he is, he's going to have to move faster than that. Because now you got to remember you're facing one of the quickest defensive lines probably he's going to see this year. But still, in all, if that's a sprint out pass, he's going to need to sprint a little more than that, or he's going to be in serious trouble.
Resegi and Park in the backfield. Fumble! Oh, it wasn't a fumble.
Pitch.
Park gets the ball on the pitch. Run out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain by Dan Daukus.
A little bit. I don't know if that was the option or a straight pitch play. I'm not sure what he was doing there.
I thought he got hit and it popped out. I think it was supposed to be a pitch.
I don't know. It's hard to tell what that play was going to be. I know he wasn't planning on being hit that quickly when he turned from the center, but we'll have to just let's see if we see that play again. We'll have a better idea what it was supposed to be.
You know, you take a look at this interior line. We've seen him at Chickalemi do the exact same thing, and that's what forced Bowman into his 3-step. And that was the 3 center guys, Malakowski, Sinkovich, and Evans.
Oh, big rush from Sinkovich. Gets it out in the flat here to Inch, but it won't be. No, he's still on his feet, but he was out of bounds at about the 34.
And again, there's a prime example right there. The interior of that line just putting so much pressure on the quarterback.
Well, I think that's going to happen tonight, Wayne. If this guy doesn't get that 3-step throw that we faced with Bowman that night, I'm not sure anybody can really do it. That was one special night for a good quarterback. Punt formation for the Seals. Snaps back a little high. Big rush on. Almost got the block. Sebas lets it bounce at about the 35, and this is going to be a real big kick for the Seals back to the 16-yard line.
Now, we always had this adage, and we say it again, you don't normally want it to bounce like that in front of you when you can get it and pick it up a little bit. But again, that was also a full block on the Tornadoes. He had no one coming back for protection. He was by himself back there. Now, obviously, that's a little bit unusual for us, so I would say that somewhere along the line in the film sessions that we've noticed that either they're not very good at punting or they're slow or there's something that we would have went with a full punt block so early in the football game.
There were 5 guys standing right in front of him, too. I mean, that was close.
Out of the I formation for the Red Tornadoes, Bailey at fullback, Veach at the tail. Delay draw to Veach. Finds some running room and gets up to about the 22-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards.
Well, this is a team that obviously you're going to be able to gain some yardage and score some points. Most teams did on them this year. They're not the kind of defense where they're coming in with, consecutive shutouts or all kinds of stuff like that. So you can move the ball on them. And our offense, especially in the last 2 or 3 games, has really come alive. And the running game is really starting to pound some yardage out. So
going to try Veach off the left side, and that one just got all jammed up. Gain of maybe about 2 yards.
And this is the time of the year when you're looking into the playoffs here. You're at the end of your season, and now everything's starting to gel together.
Well, we all remember last year. I mean, nobody's going to forget South Williamsport on that Saturday afternoon. And the difference now in November, and then early December is field conditions. And a lot of times they're going to dictate your offense. Now, the only thing they don't dictate is a strong running game. It doesn't matter what the weather is. If you're a strong running team, you're going to run the ball.
Out of the split backs. Sebas pitches to the outside. Sending Veach to the corner. He breaks it at the 40-yard line and gets to the 47. Good run, Jonathan Veach. Quick pitch to the outside.
Yeah, nice blocking along the line. Everybody got sealed. There was no penetration. He was able to pick where he wanted to go. And then again, once he gets to the line of scrimmage, he doesn't need much after that. And it's all just Jonathan Veach then. So.
Oh, that was so close to going all the way. It was unbelievable. He just had to get that second momentum going, and someone was already running him down, or he was gone. 6:39 left in the first quarter. No score. The ball on the 46-yard line. Another good offensive drive being put together here by the Big Red. Bailey goes in motion to the right and flags on the play. Little motion there. You can't hide that one.
No,
That's what you always say, Warren.
No, you just kind of get walking back there. There's all kinds of district implications occurring. By the time you see the broadcast, you'll know exactly who's lined up in what seed.
Yeah.
There are 4 seeds in District 4. We'll be either 1 or 2 if we win the game tonight, depending on what 782 other teams perform tonight and tomorrow.
I guess even if we lose the game, we're 2. Well, that's a guarantee.
Even 2 if we lose it.
That's a guarantee.
So you get a home game no matter what next week, and then if you're depending on what you do the following week.
Sebas rolls. Blockers are picked up, and Sebas stays with the ball. First down and more. Still on his feet to the 10. He'll be touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good run, Nick Sebas. He put it all together on that one, didn't he, guys?
I'll tell you what. That reminds you of 2 weeks ago against Shikellamy. In that first touchdown that Nick had on that quarterback draw. When he took off, I do not believe that the defensive backs realize how fast he really is. When they're hitting him, it's just arm tackles, and yet they have the angle on him as he's running down the field.
Mike Zinkovic in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Elsta Paracella. It's down, the kick's up, and it's good. With 6:02 left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Seals nothing. 2 impressive offensive drives. One stumbled with a fumble, and the other one a touchdown.
Yeah, they look like they're firing on all cylinders offensively tonight, mixing the ball up, mixing plays up a lot. But really just, I think that the key is manhandling the Seals at the line of scrimmage. There's no penetration at the line of scrimmage. We're driving them 2-3 yards off the ball. And importantly, in a 4-4 defense, you're out-suiting the linebackers. And that seems what we're doing best right now is we're taking control of the linebacking corps there. So if you can do that during a game, it's going to be a long game for them.
In the 2 series, as you look at the offense that we are running, is we are spreading everybody out and sort of taking them out of their splits. They're widening their gaps up on the defensive line a little bit. And as soon as you do that, you start sealing people off, even the linebacking crew. And as we noticed, Jonathan Veach is now picking up, yardage on every carry, 10 yards. Bailey and now Nick Sebas.
Mike Sinkovich to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Does that little pooch kick over to the right side of the field, picked up. Going up the sideline to about the 31-yard line. Tackle made by Paracella, and the ball carrier was 33, Mitterling. It was hard reading their numbers on that blue and white from where we are here. I'm sure on your TV you can see it, but we could not. First down, Seals from the 31.
The Selingsgrove, we talked about this a little bit in the last couple of years. They're a program that you wonder about. It's a gigantic school district. It's near the edge of AAA, quad A of a school district. Yet they're never really able to put together a consistent football program.
Tries it up the middle. Good stop in there.
Number
Terry Meyer and Malachowski. And you have Meyer and Malachowski, the M&Ms there.
It just saw his head bolt the other way when he got to the line of scrimmage. You know he was in trouble. You're just simply not going to run. You can't run on this defense. It's as simple as that. Now the Selingsgrove Seals, if they're going to be in this football game, need to throw the ball a little bit. If nothing else, just to open up the defense a little bit to get some room to run.
Out of the eye, 2nd and 10. Going to go on a corner pass. Chesney's there all the way. Intercepted by Chesney. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. That was a play and a half, wasn't it?
I keep telling these people, and they're not paying attention. I understand you're going to have to throw the ball, but you don't want to throw the ball at number 2, for crying out loud. Nobody throws the ball at number 2 this year. These guys throw the ball at him. He intercepts it.
Wow, did he played that perfect? He looked like the receiver, didn't he?
It's the very best part about him. Now, he's not bringing the greatest amount of speed into this game. What he's bringing is his brain, is his ability to know where the ball is and to be in the right position. And I'll tell you what, you don't find that in a lot of kids.
Paracella and Van Doren split right. Give it to Bailey up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards. And boy, if you can get 4 yards on every first down play, it helps you out.
Now, Chesney, he's a kid you're going to hear about in years to come. I guarantee he's going to be coaching somewhere. I mean, he just has that innate ability to see what's happening, see what the route's going to be, and then he's right in the same in position, and it's just amazing.
When you look at the replay of that, the receiver was all over his back.
Yeah, it was interference, right?
He still concentrated on where the ball was at the whole time.
Out of the eye. Smith comes in motion back to the wide side. Veach to the outside, cuts it back. Good cut back, John Veach. Fumble on the play, and the ball recovered by the Seals on the 40-yard line. And the Red Tornadoes would just be running all over him if it wasn't for 2 fumbles right now, Wayne.
Take a look at the blocking. Let's give some credit. It's 72, Jamie Vogler, 71, Down Dowkus, the left guard, Jonathan Elson, center, Mike Sinkovich, number 58, the right guard, Chris Shue, the right tackle, number 77, and tight end, Chris Goff. They are opening up some holes, and it's just it's enjoyable to watch Jonathan Veach and the rest of them, the way they're running, picking their holes, looking for blockers downfield.
Leidick tries it up the middle. Going nowhere. Jeff Evans down on the bottom. See anybody else? Stevenson Kovich getting up off there too? That was Rezegi, the ball carrier. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Rezegi. I don't know what kind of name that is. I don't see that name very often.
French?
I don't know. Because it's not spelled that way. It has a U-I-E at the end of it there. French, you should know that one.
Yeah, it is. It's French.
Is it French from your days in the Legion?
That's from about 3 years ago, French.
Well, he was still in the Legion.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Leidick, back to pass. Out in the flat to his fullback, incomplete.
Yeah, but
that was one.
Give 80 that one, because his hand went up in the air, and you can see the quarterback drop his arm a little bit to get around. And when he dropped his arm to get around, he couldn't hit the receiver any longer.
They're going to come back to that play, though. You got to watch that fullback coming out of the backfield.
Well, you saw Conley down there, and when he was signaling, is watch the pump, watch where he's looking at all the time. But again, a lot of pressure on him, and he's not that big of a kid. That's probably the thing that you're going to notice about Leidick, because he's not a real tall guy. So he needs to get a little bit of a passing lane if he's going to be accurate tonight.
Officials timeout. They're working on Steve Sinkovich's shoulder pads. 3:53 left in the first. 7-0 Red Tornadoes.
I don't even know why they would do that because he doesn't really need shoulder pads. I mean, he only wears them because they make them.
It's a state law, yeah.
It's a PIAA law that he has to have shoulder pads on. He wouldn't wear them at all.
You know, with it being so cold tonight, this is one of the first nights they're coming out with long sleeves all the way down, too. And carrying the ball with that long sleeve is different.
You might,
I mean, that can be just
right.
as simple as that. Get used to having those long sleeves on. Leidig going to tuck the ball away and run with it. Doesn't look like he makes a first down. Big hit from Josh Paracella.
Paracella.
Meyer had him at the ankles, but Paracella put a lick on him. Fourth down.
And you know what? That kept him from making the first down. I'd hit. It stopped
It
him
knocked
dead in
his body backward.
Yes, it
Yes, it did. Good play by Paracella.
Well, Ernie must not have fed him today. He was ugly out there today. Oh, my goodness.
They're going to punt from this very fourth down in short yardage. Maybe. Snaps back. Yep, they're going with it. End over end kick. Hits on about the 21-yard line and is down by the Seals at the 21. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes from the 21-yard line.
They have a real odd punt setup. You see the two guys that line up in back of the initial
They look like
line of
blockers, don't they?
I don't know
Like
what it is
blockers
they
for
do.
a run.
Yeah.
Blockers for a run.
They're too close to you think to do any good where they are, but I mean it must be successful for them. But it's not something you're going to see very often in that particular setup. Of course, it's also why I have never coached a high school game in my life either.
Out of the I formation. Gives it to Veach off the right side. Takes it outside. And gain of about 6 yards. Nice run, Jonathan Veach. Good blocking over there.
Good second effort, too, by Jonathan. You know, every time he carried the ball tonight, he's looking for that extra 3-4 yards.
Well, you know, the thing you like about Veach now is like he fumbles, right? Now he comes into the game and he's going to punish everybody over it. You know what I mean? Everybody has to pay now for that fumble. And that's what I like about him. He comes in like even worse than before, and he just tries to kill you then.
Second down, about 3 yards to go. The ball's on the 31-yard line. Bailey up the middle. First down and more to the 44-yard line. Good blocking that time. Wow, what a hole.
Yeah, you see that hole there? Woo! That's textbook there, folks. Textbook blocking on the line of scrimmage. Sealed everybody. And I'm sure the Seals are thinking, you know, Bailey, he's going to wrap you at that line of scrimmage and he's going to bury you 2 yards up. But give him the 4th yard. And he's gone because there's nobody on their team going to catch him. He's got more speed than everybody else on that team. And he's the fullback, for crying out loud.
Out of the split backs, Van Doren goes in motion. Pitch is out, going to try the left side with Veach. Flag on the play, and that's going to be
fumble.
Another fumble. Recovered by the Seals. That's the third fumble. The third fumble for the Red Tornadoes in this first quarter. Wow.
Yeah, that's very unusual for us to have 3 fumbles like that. They're going to, I guess they're going to decline the penalty and take the ball here. But now Big Red needs to be a little concerned. I mean, the coaching staff's got to be a little concerned with the fumbles.
Well, you take a look at the long sleeves on Jonathan there.
Yeah.
They are shiny. It looks like it isn't a cotton type thing. It's more of a real shiny, silky type. And maybe with the moisture in the air, whatever. I don't know. Maybe the ball's a little wet. That, you know, it's popping out.
Leidig on the option. Hits Rezeguet and gains about maybe 5 yards. Stevenson-Kovic with the initial hit, 47.
It didn't look like the quarterback wanted to run down the line very far.
You see how far? They run that now. The first play we talked about, that was an option play too. Okay, we wasn't sure what it was, but you notice how their option play is so far in the back of the line of scrimmage. He's not running along the line. He steps back from it a little bit, and I think we're penetrating.
Right.
And it really has that whole thing screwed up by the time he gets the pitch out.
Second down and 5. Oh, big hit Malakowski that time. Jason Malakowski threw. He was over the top of his blocker.
Yeah. That's a loss of yards there now for the Seals. They go backwards a little bit.
Third down, 7 yards to go. And really, except for the fumbles, and you're like you said, you don't want to bite yourself in the foot here, and you can only lose a game by losing it yourself against this team. But what you have to watch there is those fumbles now and get a hold of the ball. And cold night, it's a different kind of night, Warren, and that's what's happening here.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, you're going to have to adjust to this thing now. I mean, now's the time to finish this.
Leidick on the quick pitch. That time he was really ready to get rid of the ball. Knocked out of bounds by 29, Josh Paracella. Paracella putting together a heck of a defensive game tonight.
I say Ernie doesn't feed him right through the playoffs. The heck with him.
I think we turned it up a notch. I think we're thinking playoffs right now. I really do. I can see a different Red Tornado team out here tonight.
Paracella is.
Yep.
Yes, that's. Yeah.
Well, no, overall, we're looking at some great line blocks. You're looking at some great pass rushing, where we've gotten in on the quarterback. There's just a lot of stuff happening out there tonight that looks like it's one more click up by all these kids.
Actually, that was Lentini. I'm sorry. That was Lentini that came off there. 26,
yes, it was. Way to go, Ronnie.
Jeevers, Christmas. This getting old thing, it really isn't. It's really getting ugly on us.
No, we need to put little black around those white numbers so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, that was Lentini.
Snaps back. Kicks away. Jonathan Veach takes it on about the 15-yard line, and he's hit there. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 15.
I did the right thing, though, there. You didn't want the ball getting past him and getting any worse field position than that. He's going to take a hit, and I give him credit for taking it. As far as biting myself on the foot, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
I'd pay money to be able to reach my feet right now. I'd pay money to be able to see my feet right now.
19 seconds left in the first quarter. Big yardage time being put up in this first quarter by the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, they're running up and down the field. They just.
I mean, we've had some first quarters where we've only had 30 yards, and we're putting some yardage up there.
Yeah, they're just not doing much scoring, that's all.
Out of the eye. Tries Bailey off the right side, and that one's stuffed. Gain of about maybe 2 yards.
Now, oddly enough, we came out passing and haven't passed since. So. I don't know if we're just playing a little chess game here with the Seals or what we're doing here. But
it's the end of the quarter.
Well, that means that Bob's going to have to tell everybody what the score is, and I'm going to have to do my work.
Well, we're going to say the score, the Red Tornadoes 7 and the Seals nothing. Go ahead.
Gives me a chance to tell everybody that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcast directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. You catch us on a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System. And as always, remember, WKMC TV is live in the mornings, ladies and gentlemen, 7:30 a.m. Tune in to channel 13, and you got WKMC TV in your living room.
Coach Williams out there talking to his offense right now. Excellent first quarter for the Red Tornadoes. You can't say any more. 3 fumbles, but just the overall performance by the offense, the way they were moving the ball this week, and also the performance by the defense, guys. Van Dorn and Paracella split left for the Red Tornadoes. At tight end here, Chris Cuff. Bailey the lone back. Fakes to Bailey, and Sebas just going to keep the ball and run with it. Takes it outside. First down, Red Tornadoes. Good run, Nick Sebas.
I think just looking for the first down marker there, and a little bit of smarts on Nick's part. He headed for the sideline right away. Not taking that hit.
He didn't give him the first down yet, though. They're looking at, nope, it's not going to be a first down. It's going to be second down and inches.
That time, a nice block by Van Dorn out there. Sometimes you look at what's going on out there, and Van Dorn had a lot of choices there. None of them would have been good. All of them would have been a penalty other than do what he did. And all his job was to hold that kid up long enough to let Sebas get by him, and he did. A lot of other guys would be trying to do something, all the way, and you would have seen a flag fly. He did a nice heads-up block over there. And he took on a guy twice his size when you look at the two of them standing together.
Quarterback sneak, first down, Red Tornadoes behind 75, John Else.
The bus.
Well, you should have seen the one last week, guys. You missed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had to go up against like 290, 317 pounds, so am I in your way there?
No, Pinhead keeps standing on my cord.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes the ball on the 28-yard line.
Sorry, the Pinhead thing
slipped. Are you talking about Joe Major?
It slipped.
Don't talk about Joe. He's running the camera. Stop it.
Sebas to Veach. Going to take it outside. Puts the burners on. Good block by Paracella. And gets him for about a 6-yard gain. Paracella looks like maybe he thought he missed it, but he really didn't. He got the right block in there.
Yeah.
It was just somebody else cutting across, one of the cornerbacks coming across.
Yeah, he did a nice job that time. And he gave, what he was doing, he gave Veach the option in or out, whichever way. And then, he went the in route, but the wash caught up to him as he was cutting back. Again, the Seals don't look capable of really stopping this offense tonight, right? The way they're playing right now.
Smith goes in motion to the left side. Sebas pitches back to Veach. We're going to take it out to the left side. He cuts it back, makes a great move. First down. Great run, Jonathan Veach to the 42. That was all Veach that time, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody was too sure what he was doing. He was the only one that had an idea, including our blockers, what he was doing. After he made the cutback. Out of the I formation. Sebas back to pass. Looks in the flat. Now he lets one lay out there for Paracella. Incomplete. That was a hook and go, but the defender, number 12, which was Tyson Clark, did a great job. He just went. He didn't follow the hook at all.
He didn't bite for it.
No, not at all.
There.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Out of the I formation. Puts Bailey in motion to the left side. Sebas on the draw. Veach cuts it back. Great move by John Veach. What a great move. And he's drugged down at the 35-yard line by Clark. But, did he have a move?
You take a look at that replay. When Jonathan hits the end, he cuts back into the center of the field, and the defensive end actually tries to chase him down on the angle. Jonathan kicks back to the outside and ran behind him.
Wow.
I'm telling you what some running that kid is doing in this year.
Number 2, Nick Chesney into the game. Now they have wide set out here. Van Doren and Chesney to the right. They have Veach and Paracella to the left, and nobody covering them. Bailey up the middle. Lots of running room for Bailey because everybody was spread out to the 25-yard line. Good play calling that time.
I like that play. That's a nice
good play call.
Yeah, I like the way they set that up, and that's really, you got the Seals there trying to figure out what should we do here. And what really makes it so dangerous is that unlike just having a normal fullback, as we said before, you put Bailey back there and you're putting a ton of speed. So you got to be real careful with what you do with him.
Second down, short yardage to go here for the Red Tornadoes. 9:30 left in the first half. Sebas sets the Tornadoes in that wide set again. This time we're going to do the pass out to Veach. Tries to cut it back to the middle of the field. Gets blockers. Good blocking that time by the Red Tornadoes. Touchdown, John Veach. Great blocks by the center of the Red Tornado offensive line.
And Mike Sinkovich.
They turned around and made some great blocks. Wow.
Mike Sinkovich had the last block, and he just knocked this guy on his can.
That play was not supposed to go there. I mean, that was not called for, but wow, did they all 11 of them did. I mean, John Veach did the great job, but all 11 of them did a great job of figuring out what he was doing.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
Sinkovich, he put that hit on that guy 7 yards in front of Veach. He had to, or that kid would make the tackle.
Mike Sinkovich to attempt the extra point. The snap's down from Else to Paracella, and it's good. With 9:11 left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Seals nothing, and an offensive show by the Red Tornadoes tonight.
He knocks him down his keystern and he walks into the end zone in front of Veach. Like nothing happened, like he was out for a stroll. Oh, you got to like him.
Unbelievable.
Now, Big Red firing on all cylinders
they are.
offensively. The Seals are hard pressed right now to stay in this football game. It is only 14-0, but I mean, it's been one-sided. The Seals have not done anything offensively, and they are struggling defensively right now to keep Big Red in check.
And this is a good football team. I mean, they have played well against a lot of teams. So.
Right. I mean, they are 6-3.
That's right.
The only really bad loss was last week. I mean, Montoursville. Nobody can figure out what happened to them at Montoursville.
Good catch made by Rezeguet there, and he Breaks it up the middle. Big hit by...
That's going to be
Mike Smith,
Smith.
number 8.
Nope,
No,
it's
number
6.
6.
It's Vince Yasenchak.
Vince.
Good job,
The
Vince.
quarterback.
Nice hit, Vince.
The freshman quarterback
Yep.
sticks a helmet on him. All right, Vince.
Good hit.
Well, Selingsgrove, I think, even with a loss, finishes 4th in AAA, and they have a chance of playing Allentown Central Catholic next week.
Oh, I think
Isn't that interesting?
Ooh, doggy, they're living big.
Go
huh?
Mount Carmel, Allentown Central Catholic. Yeah, that's amazing. 8:47 left in the first half. 14-0, the Big Red. The ball on the 34-yard line. Leidig pitches back. Oh, big hit. I'll tell you what, it's another click up there tonight.
Yep.
There is another click out there tonight, guys.
Take a look.
Carcella along with Meyer and Jeremiah Brown.
I'll tell you, Meyer. The good thing about Meyer was he got a good hit on the ball carrier, but he first took a little bit extra time. He took a nice hit on the fullback.
Yeah, on the lead blocker.
And turned him
You're right.
around first. He just was searching and destroying in the pile up there.
Second down, about 8 yards to go for the Seals. Leidig rolls to his right, looks out in the flat, hits Inch. Good catch made by Inch, good run by Inch, and he gets the ball to the 48-yard line. Finally hit by Sebas. That's going to happen once in a while. He's a great receiver. He has done well. He has put many points on the board this year, so you're going to see at least 1 or 2 of those catches being made.
Inch is the real threat here. He really is. If you can get Inch the ball, he can hurt you because he's got some pretty good speed. He's the fastest guy on the field for them, and he ran track and all. I mean, he's a name that you know. So he's a kid that can hurt you if you let him get around you or get outside of you somewhere. So you always got to keep your eye on 84.
Tries one up the middle to the big fullback. That's not going very far. Adam Freed, the ball carrier. Sinkovic in there, 47, 58 Sinkovic. 54 Jeff Evans, and 60 Malakowski. Good gang tackling by the Red Tornadoes.
The whole interior line.
Yeah. And Terry Meyer was probably underneath him, and you didn't even see him.
Didn't see him. He was there.
7:18 left in the first half. Leidig out of the I formation. He's going to throw. Looks at Inge. Chesney there. Oh! Interference, but it wasn't called. But Chesney should have had another interception there. That wasn't Nick's fault. It looked like he got interfered over the top of his head.
I have no pity for Selingsgrove here. I'm telling you right now, don't throw it at this guy.
Unbelievable.
Third down, 8 yards to go. Great play, Nick Chesney. I mean, I know it's hard to believe that you could, if you don't throw there, you take one portion of the field away. But is it better to be intercepted every time you throw the ball at him? I mean, I just wouldn't do it.
Now Inch comes out to the left side of the field here. They have twins left here. Leidig goes in motion. Looks out at the fullback, incomplete again. And good coverage that time. That time 26 Ronnie Lentini was coming up to get the fullback.
Yeah, and what you saw there was a quarterback again. As soon as he needs to throw high, he's not going to be very accurate.
He can't see where his receiver was at, and trying to throw over Dalkas on this side, and is Malakowski's on the other side. Sinkovic, Mike on this side. There's some pretty tall guys to be throwing over.
Formation, the Selingsgrove Seals. Snaps back. They're trying that big rush every time. Kicks away, taken by Sebas on about the 25. Finds some running room.
Got the wall.
Had a good block and hit hard at about the 22-yard line.
Boy, one guy, we had the wall set up here all the way down our sideline.
51 with a great hit there, though. He came in and gave Sebas a good one, Jason Bogert. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 23. Veach off the right side. See his head moving. Real shifty to the 30-yard line. Nice run, Jonathan Veach. 44 on the tackle for the Seals, Samsel.
I mean, obviously, Veach, you're talking about one of the, I'd say, probably right now in Eastern Pennsylvania, the top 3 runners in Eastern Pennsylvania right now. So you're going to look at a kid here that's only going to get better,
Right.
and sometimes almost defies your imagination of where he can end up at as a senior. That's what you really look at all the time with him.
Going to try it to Bailey up the middle. And I'm not sure how wide open that was. Number 44 in on the tackle, Samsel. That middle was so wide open, I'm not sure where he shot in from. 3rd down and about a yard to go.
You always remember that Veach is a sophomore.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing you really have to keep in the back of your mind all the time when you see him doing all these things. He's got 2 more years.
Look at the hole in the middle there, guys. Going to give it to Veach. No, fumble on the play. The 4th fumble of the Red Tornadoes. And first down, Seals. A good break for the Seals. I can't believe the gap they're leaving there on 4th down and 1 yard, or 3rd down and 1 yard to go, Wayne,
and
with only a yard to go.
There's a gap. We're spreading people out, and I said that it's just taking them out of their normal defensive stance. But if you take a look at the linebackers are almost 5 yards off the line, so they're actually giving us some yardage automatically. It makes it much easier for our blockers to get down to them and just shield. They don't even have to block their linebackers. They're going to play that far back.
But you want to get good defense, or you don't want to leave them back in the game, Wayne.
No, that's for sure.
Leidick goes on a long count, pitches back to Rezeguet, and Terry Meyer with the initial hit, helped out by 26 Lentini and 29. It was 29 Paracella.
Take a look at Terry Meyer tonight. I mean, there's a kid that, again, Bob's saying about turning it up. We're at the end of the season. Well, certainly in this game, he's taken his fullback on. And now the fullback I think he's hitting the fullback harder than the fullback's hitting him. And the fullback's supposed to be the lead blocker. He stopped the fullback now twice in his motion to make the tackle.
Leidick looks to his right. Now he has one breaking. Oh, big rush by Malakowski, and he throws it out of bounds. Intentional grounding.
There it is.
Nobody there.
No, there it is.
No, there was nobody there.
The 2 of those guys were asking each other was somebody in the vicinity before they
right.
threw the flag, but clearly intentional grounding. He had no one in within 25 yards of where he threw the ball.
Nobody was on that side of the field.
And that's going to be a big penalty for the Seals in their deepest penetration caused by a recovered fumble of the evening. They were down inside the 30-yard line. Now they're going to be bounced back out.
Now, I'll tell you, that was because of Malakowski. His strength, controlling his man, just came right in and put that much pressure onto the quarterback.
Yeah, look, they're going to set the ball down now. Still inside the 50 at the Mount Carmel area, 45, but a big penalty that time, and the Seals really hurt themselves with that. At 4:51 remaining here in the half.
Well, and they lose the down, too. That's the other thing.
That's the real killer. And it's 3rd now and 24 yards to go for the Seals. So obviously a passing down, I would think.
Very obvious. Oh, he was stepped on coming back, tries to get it out to the back, misses him, still on his feet. Nice run by Mitterling down to the 31-yard line. 2 Red Tornadoes miss him. Finally knocked out of bounds by the Cinco twins.
Yep.
47 and 58. Steve and Mike, good job.
And he's well short, though. He didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage that time. Now the Seals, I'm assuming, are going here.
4th and 9. They're going for it at the 4:49 mark of the first half.
Big play. First big play of the evening for Big Red's defense right here on the 30.
Leidick looks to his right. The back out of the backfield again.
That time,
Incomplete.
Cuff and Malakowski had their hands up, and he couldn't get in the lane.
Well, and if he had caught the ball, he was going to make a 1-yard gain because Steven Sinkovich was going to lay him out right there. So first down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
A big stop by the defense, and that's what you're accustomed to. But this kid, truly, this Leidick, now we heard some good things about him, and he does look like a for a sophomore. He's a poised kid. He's got some moves on him, but clearly his height right now is what's really limiting his ability to throw the ball against his really big and tall defensive line.
Sebas in the flat to Paracella. Gain of about 6 yards. Good job. Nice pass play. I like it. As long as the quarterbacks are back that far, Wayne, that's the one you want to throw.
You want to take advantage of that. Now, what what that's going to do, if you remember in the first quarter when we ran that hook and go, the defensive back played far enough back and never took a bite on that hook. So what we're going to do now, we're going to hit Paracel on 2 hooks, and just like a trout, you want to bring him in, and all of a sudden you release him and send him down. Paracel is gone.
Well, that's new, Bob.
It was a good one, though. Sebas with the ball, still on his feet to the 50, and goes to the 48-yard line in Selingsgrove territory. Nice run, Nick Sebas.
If we get time at the end of the game, maybe we can travel back to that trout analogy.
Trout one?
Okay. See if we can't work through that.
I'll explain that.
You have to release him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to reel them in first, and that's what we're doing.
4 minutes left in the first half.
Oh, Wayne, welcome back to the Silver Bowl. Here we are playing football.
Sebas with Bailey, the lone back. Drops back, looks in the flat again at Paracella, gets his 5 yards. Go down, Josh. That's it to the 40-yard line.
Oh, I'm going to say that's got to be a penalty. You can't hit the helmet like that.
Oh, that was a spear.
Exactly. He speared him right at the end of the play, and that's a big one. That's going to be a 15-yarder. Right at the end of the play, he went at his helmet. You cannot do that. In fact, you can't do that in any level.
Nope.
Right now, that's just a big no-no. And that's going to definitely hurt the Seals, and a big penalty right now. Going to march the ball down. Going to end up placing it inside the 20-yard line. I believe it's going to, let me see.
Yep, 25.
No, 25-yard
25-yard line.
Okay, 25.
I'll tell you what, great pass blocking tonight. Some great holes. Beautiful running, but they're just putting one together offensively tonight.
Yeah, they really are clicking. Although, I mean, you got to remember this: the
fumbles.
The four fumbles
right.
in a playoff game are going to lose it for you.
Right. Sebas with the fake pitch. Good block by Mike Sinkovich to get him back for a 5-yard gain. They were sort of ready for that play.
They saw that. They saw that one coming, and they had a lot of penetration off the corner of the line there, so there wasn't a whole lot, and it forced him to cut so quickly that he couldn't even keep his balance when he cut back like that.
Second down, 6 yards to go. 3:15 on the clock and winding down in the first half.
Although he sent Cinco out there, and there was only 3 of them, so I mean, Cinco probably could have handled him. He would give him a couple more
3
seconds. That 3 wasn't enough,
Out of the I formation. Van Doren goes in motion, pitch to Veach. Going to take it right. Now staying there. Oh, not much he could do on that play. Loses about 5 yards. He was trying to wait for the block to happen, and it was Van Doren was up against a really big guy and couldn't do it.
Van Doren just kept coming back instead of forward, and he ran out of room there. I'll tell you what, that's one of the real unusual moments in time that you end up actually seeing the Mount Carmel area player go backwards, especially Veach.
Well, were you watching Veach? Veach had his hand on the back of Van Doren.
Yeah, he was waiting for it.
And his head was going left and right to see if he could cut back on the left side of the field.
Third down and 9 yards to go. Straight drop, big rush. Looks across the middle. Hits Paracella, first down, Red Tornadoes. Good catch, Josh. Boy, that was thrown as well as it could be thrown, right down low, and Paracella with both elbows on the ground.
And thumbs. Had his thumbs up. Elbows down, thumbs up. No way you can miss the ball that way.
Well, I'll tell you what, you take a look at our pass blocking tonight, and I hope it continues like this. They're forming a pocket right around Sebas, and they're kicking everybody to the outside so Sebas can see the whole center of the field and look at every receiver.
Out of the eye. 1:51 on the clock and winding down. Give it to Bailey up the middle. Cuts back outside to the right and to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of about 3 yards. 1:38 and winding down.
Tough run by Bailey that time. He got hit by about 7 guys before he actually ended up on the ground. Nice balance that time. You like to see that in a kid. He's got great balance. He's able to be on one foot and turn his hips and everything. I do that, you're talking traction for like 3 weeks.
Second down, 7 yards to go. The ball's on the 10-yard line. They can get a first down before a touchdown. Sebas keeps the ball, cuts it back to the middle of the field. Touchdown, untouched Red Tornadoes. Big block from number 75, Carmel.
Hey, look at that kid was about 3 feet under there that time. They had to try to dig some dirt off him. And that's really, he cut right behind the bus that time. But I'll tell you what, I believe I may have been able to make that cut with a block like that. The young Elston.
It's really stretching it.
The young Elston digging a hole out there with an imposing player. You see the speed of Sebas, though. Everybody else looks like they're in slow motion compared to him when he's running.
Snaps back to Paracella from Elst. The kick's up from Sinkovic. And Michael Sinkovic, and it's good. With 1:11 in the first half, 21-0 Red Tornadoes, and the offense is hot tonight.
I said, if you take a look at the defensive players as Sebas is running that ball, I think they are actually shocked at his speed as he runs by them.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how much different it is when he's in. Now, he ran that inside. He's in traffic, yet no one touches him.
Right.
You wonder how that could happen.
Can you imagine what this first half would have been without 4 fumbles?
Yeah, it would have been.
I mean, we could be in the 40s now. You know that.
We'd be mercy rolling before we went into halftime.
It would be mercy rolling.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing right now that obviously will be a concern were the fumbles, because you're getting away with 4 fumbles tonight, but you're not going to get away with 4 fumbles next week and the week after. It's not going to happen.
They're letting them get out tonight. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, they're using them all up.
That's it. They're using them up,
As long as they're doing that, we're okay.
That's right. They're just using them up tonight. Mike Sinkovic with the kickoff at 1:11. Nice high kick. Taken by Metterling. Finds some running room, and he's hit it about the 34-yard line. Paracella, Mike Smith, and number 30 also in there for the Red Tornadoes, which is James Zublik.
Oh, it's good to see Zublik. Now, Zublik got banged up a little bit. We heard at Supper Club the other night. I'm glad to see he's back and playing again, because they're a little concerned about him. And he's if you go to a JV game, that's where you're going to see Zublik's star is in those JV games. So it's good to see him back on the field and making some hits out there.
This is one of those points where if they start passing the ball, the Red Tornadoes stop the clock and get it back with like 30 seconds left, Leidig, back to pass, looks in the flat, intercepted. Ron Lentini to the 10, to the 15, and that's what I'm talking about. Let's go offense. Keep it rolling tonight, Big Red. Wow.
That was a poor decision that time by Leidig. He should not have let the ball leave his hands, what he saw over there.
And I'll tell you what, Lentini had that played to the tee, as you can tell, just by the interception, but just to watch him step in front of the receiver now, you're taking a chance on that, but with the score the way it is,
you can do it.
And the field position that the Seals are in, you can make those types of plays.
And the speed that Lentini has. Out of the eye. Sebas looks in the corner of the end zone to Paracella. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. And that offense is clicking tonight, guys.
Yeah, they made the Seals pay for that mistake. Big time.
Wow. This is playoff fever here for these Red Tornadoes. They have turned it up about 3 notches tonight.
Yeah, and Seals, it's turning ugly for the Seals right now.
Mike Sinkovic in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Elst to Paracella. The kick's up. And it's good. With 53 seconds left in the first half, the Red Tornadoes 28, the Seals nothing. Boy, in the game before your playoff game, you like to see it being done this way, Warren and Wayne, huh?
Well, you're tuning up for it. That's what they call it.
That's right.
You're starting to get geared up. You're getting that excitement that you're in the playoffs and everything else.
The only one tuned up right now are the Seals.
I can feel it up
I'll
here.
tell you,
I get a good tuning up right now.
I can see this. You just see them on the sideline shaking hands and tapping each other on the shoulders. They are one. They're one fired up team right now.
What they're doing is they're sending a message out to everybody. We are the team. We're playing. This is what you're going to get when you step into the Silver Bowl.
Sinkovic with the kickoff. Bounces.
Nice
taken
bounce
by Mitterling. And still on his feet to about the 38-yard line. Mike Smith there, also 88 Shellhammer, Zublik, and 6 Yasenchak.
See the bounce that thing took?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I never saw
That ground's getting a little hard out there.
Wow. Went right over that kid's head like a bullet. Yeah, the Seals, if I were the Seals, I'd run a couple of plays and head on in to the locker room and see if I can't regroup. I don't know if I want to be throwing any passes right now, as we have 47 seconds remaining here in the half, and the Seals in a big hole right now.
Try a reverse fumble on the play. Recovered
Meyer.
number 1, Terry Meyer. 42 seconds for the Red Tornado offense. They'll put another one up there. Wow.
I don't know if I'd be running the reverse either right now with 47 seconds left, and that came back to hurt them.
Unbelievable.
That's not the play I'd be using right now. I'd almost have my quarterback take a knee to go into the locker room right now.
Now, I'll tell you what, you got to look at Terry Meyer. He's playing the linebacker's position. He's in their backfield more than their halfbacks, I think, tonight.
And for some reason, he's taking a particular dislike to the fullback
yeah,
tonight.
he
Have you
is,
noticed that?
isn't he?
Adam Freed.
I don't know what it is.
Maybe he thought the guy was Freed. So
He just has a particular dislike of that fullback.
Bailey goes in motion. Sebas, straight drop back. Looks at Paracella across the middle. Breaks loose there. Has Bailey in the end zone. Hits Paracella. First down at about the 14-yard line. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Tell you what, Nick Sebas showed a lot of patience that time, looking up the center of the field for number, I think it was 27. Was that Lentini or somebody cutting across the center?
Van Doren, 27.
Oh, okay, Van Doren, number 27, cutting across the center. Got someone in his face, released out of the pocket a little bit, and then scrambled to the outside and found Paracella.
Wow.
No, I think over a period of time, and again, this is a really hard call to make with Sebas, in that when he goes back to pass, and he's like every quarterback that has the blinding speed, his natural instinct is to leave the pocket and run when things don't open up. But I think when you see him, now that's not a bad thing, because a lot of times when he leaves the pocket, it's a touchdown or it's a big gain. But I think if you let him sit in the pocket and he shows a little bit of patience like he does here, you also see what kind of a quarterback he is. I mean, he's truly a nice passing quarterback if he just takes his time and is watching what's going on. Well, what him is, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You don't know which one to tell him. Should you tell him to just sit back there and wait? Or should you tell him, well, if the opening's there, Nick, go for it. So it's really a hard call to make with a quarterback with that kind of talent back there.
33 seconds left on the clock. Bailey goes in motion. Rolls that way, looks at the short back, hits cuff on a screen, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 24 seconds left on the clock, and they tried a tight end screen.
Yes, they did.
That was the play from Allentown Central they tried.
Yep.
Well, with 24 seconds, I think you got to go to the end zone here, guys.
Now you got second down. I'd say
I think one timeout left too, right?
Yeah, I don't
One
I
timeout
think we have
left.
one left, so you take one in the end zone maybe, and then you know what?
How about a delayed draw?
Maybe you go for the old field goal.
I like a delayed draw.
The old delayed draw.
Yeah. What do you like?
Field goal.
Okay.
Of course, not right now.
Not yet. Not yet. Let's get the delayed draw and field goal. How's that?
All right, let's see. All right, we'll do the delayed draw, get him down another 15 yards, and then pop a field goal in.
The way Mike's kicking, you don't even have to move it from where it's at.
I
That's
just like
right.
the foot to put 3 points up tonight. What the heck?
That'd be nice.
28-0 Red Tornadoes, and an explosive first half here for the offense. Great job by the defense.
Yeah, the Seals are stunned. I mean, the Seals are absolutely stunned right now. And unfortunately, when you're a team, it's 28-0, and it's not even halftime yet. The Tornadoes driving. You have not made any offensive threat so far. It's got to be demoralizing. Yet this is a team that's a playoff-bound team, so they've got to put something together here in the second half.
Sebas, straight draw, good blocking. Lots of time, looks over the middle. Paracella, touchdown. What a throw. What a throw from Sebas. Great blocking from the offensive line.
Yes,
he had more time than anybody on that one, and a good catch by Paracella. He had
all thumbs going that time from Paracella. What a catch and throw. And I'll tell you what, they are just one well-oiled machine tonight, folks.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Else to Paracella. The kick's up. And it's off to the left. It looked good to me. In fact, the bleacher creatures think it was good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That had to be by a hair that it wasn't.
With 17 seconds left on the clock, the score, the Red Tornadoes 34, the Seals nothing, and that was on purpose by Mike Sinkovich. He knew if he got 35 on the clock, he'd have to keep it running. We just realized that. He kept it at 34.
With him, I'll bet you he was probably thinking that. Well, he's thinking if that thing's running, it's less hits I get to make tonight. He's really, when you look back over the season, and not to say that he wasn't a fabulous football player all through his career, but I think this year everyone's got to agree, for some reason or another, he just picked up the pace and just did, I don't know if it's like a little extra somehow, but he has truly been a dominating football player, this year, especially on defense, where he is just unstoppable.
Mike Zinkovich will kick off. Does that little squibber kick, gets a good bounce again. Bounces and hits Mitterling in the head, and the Red Tornadoes almost cover the ball on the 22-yard line. First down and 10, Seals. And Seals, I'd kneel on the ball right now.
The Seals are shook.
He carried it for about 5 yards, so that's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 34, the Seals nothing. We'll be back with some halftime stats in one moment.
For Mount Carmel, a great offensive night, obviously. 27 rushes for 249 yards. 10 of 11 passing for 120 for a total of 369 yards in the first half, 16 first downs. Rushing, Johnny Veach, 12 for 97. Nick Sebas, 9 for 114. Al Bailey, 6 for 38. Receiving, Josh Paracello with a great first half, 6 for 91. Johnny Veach, 1 for 25. Jake Shellhammer, 1 for 5. And Chris Cuff, 1 for -4. For Selingsgrove, 13 attempts for 19 yards, 3 of 10 passing for 36, and 1 first down. Guys, a couple of milestones in the first half. Mikey Zinkovich kicked four extra points. That gives him 100 on his career. He missed the next one, which doesn't matter, so we're not worried about it. Steve Zinkovich, 4 tackles in the first half, gives him 301 on a career, becomes only the 5th person ever to go over 300 tackles in his career, joins the Sheptalk brothers, Mike Diminick and Joe Costello. So all in all, a great first half. I wish I could hear you, but I can't. But back to you guys.
Thank you.
Now you got to remember that it's 34-0, ladies and gentlemen. Mount Carmel already had 4 fumbles in the first half. So, I mean, it just gets worse and worse when you look down the statistics of this game. So hopefully the Seals are going to get a little bit back into this game, at least hold themselves even for the rest of the game.
Mike Zinkovich with that line drive punt taken by Metterling, cuts it back to the middle of the field and gets to about the 34-yard line. Down on the bottom of the pile, and we're looking at them getting up right now. 27, Matt Van Doren, and number 41, Mickey Morose.
Number 30. Also.
30 in there, Zublik.
Zublik was out for a while, I'll tell you what. Should have left him out a little bit in the beginning of the season with an injury. He comes back like gangbusters and he comes back here in the last game of the season. He's not taking any prisoners out there tonight.
First down and 10, the Seals to start the second half.
I'll stand back here.
Pitch back to Metterling, going to try to take it outside.
Oh.
Big rush in there by number 5, Sebas. And then he's finished off by Cuff, and also the big hit, Steven Zinkovich, and still getting up off the bottom of the pile. 4 guys were in there.
That Chesney, number 2.
Is it Chesney? Yeah,
Yep,
Nick Chesney.
number 2.
Sorry, Nick. Just
And I'll tell you what, you saw Sebas coming up from the free safety there, and the reason he was able to do that is they strung it out and slowed the runner up.
Second down, 12 yards to go. Has inch breaking, throws it to nobody.
Good. No, it's a good pass, though. One of the best passes he threw. And that was a flat pass. The guy came out of the backfield in the flat. We saw what happened. We stood right next to him. He had nowhere to go. He found a little seam in between everybody where it wouldn't be intentional grounding, and he threw it as best as he could right at it. That's one of the best passes he threw all night. And I'm not saying that to be ugly with the kid. That was a good brain thought on that one to see what was happening. He was never going to complete anything. So rather than take a sack or something,
an interception.
Right where he wanted to put it was in the dead part of the field, and he still avoided the intentional grounding.
Big hit, 47, Steve Zinkovich. Wow, we are turned up. We are turned up 3 notches.
Call the police, folks, because that's got to be a crime somewhere in America.
Wow, what a big hit from Steve Zinkovich.
Oh my goodness,
that his teeth are rattled. They have to be loose because he got hit a shot.
There's a warrant for his arrest right now. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness.
Wonderful.
Terry Newman back in punt formation for the Seals. Snaps back. Big rush from Mickey Morose's side. Fair catch called for by Sebas at the 41-yard line. Good play by Sebas, because that's one of those ones that bounces back another 20 yards.
Hey.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Oh. Well, we certainly didn't tighten up in the halftime there report, did we?
No, we didn't. We didn't slack off any, did we? Ooh. I'm warm now just from that hit.
Well, they certainly let him through clean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's what they call an influence block. The only guy influenced was the running back. He's influenced not to do it again ever.
10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith goes in motion. Gives it to Bailey. Up the middle. Big hole, and Bailey's on his way to the 44-yard line.
And an ankle tackle by number 84.
Which is Inch, and he got hurt on that play a little bit.
Yeah, he's coming up a little ginger there. And that's probably the worst thing that could happen right now to the Seals. Obviously, the Seals are not going to mount the giant comeback and win this football game. But the worst thing can happen to them going into a playoff game is to get a quality player hurt on top of everything else that's happening out here tonight to them. And they just never really got off the bus, to tell you the truth, tonight, the way it looks.
Red Tornadoes out of the split back. They have Van Doren in the slot. He goes in motion and gives it to Veach up the middle. Big haul, lots of running room. Big lineman downfield, touchdown, Red Tornadoes, and they have just put one together tonight.
Oh, unbelievable.
Did you see the whole line down the field there, Warren?
15 yards downfield, you had Jonathan Els, Dan Daukus,
72 Vogler,
and Chris Shue down the field. It was, I never seen anything like that.
Well,
that was amazing.
Cuff was disappointed because he actually had no one to hit. Everybody was already done by the time he was there.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Els to Paracella. It's down, the kick's up. And it's good. With 9:49 left in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 41, the Seals nothing.
I think you're right, Warren. I think the Seals better go over there and strap their helmets on there. Someone's going to get hurt tonight. They are losing the game, and I mean, they don't have no points on the board yet. It's 41-0 at this point in the second half. But the problem is, the way the Tornadoes are blocking and hitting tonight, the last one defensively by Steve Sinkovich, and now, the full offensive line down the field, and the Seals standing around the way they are, someone is going to get hurt.
58, Mike Sinkovich to kick off here. We're through the extra point, right? Yes. To attempt the extra point?
Yes, we did that already.
Yes.
You want to do it again? Go ahead.
Well, I think we're going to see it again tonight. I really do. I'm not sure this one's over yet in terms of offensive scoring. Mitterling takes the ball on the 13-yard line, finds some running room, and closed down nicely by the Red Tornadoes. Paracella, Zublik, and number 8, Mike Smith.
You notice that Mittering gets to the exact same spot in the field
36-yard line.
Every single time he carries the ball. It's like the spot that he goes to, and that's it then.
Veach out on defense now. They have Chesney. Oh, no, Chesney and Paracel are always in there. I see who's out. It's Sebas is out, and 88 Shellhammer in at safety. Pitch back to fumble on the play, recovered by 71 Dan Daukus on the 29-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Dan Daukus tackled the guy trying to go for the ball, and that was the best move he could have made.
Right. Big Red wants, the first team wants one more. They're out there saying, one more, coach, one more.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, though.
I don't either. I think he's going to pull them out right here.
Well, the problem is, I don't think coach has had enough time to get the second team together on the sideline to go.
Get everybody in and out of the right positions here. The Seals have truly disintegrated in front of our eyes tonight. Now, the first team will return to the field.
He's going to give them one more.
I doubt they're going to finish even the series, to tell you the truth.
Well, he'll give them one more play. Let's put it that way.
But the Seals are truly a mess right now. There's not much happening on either side of the ball for them, and they just want to go home right now.
Out of the eye. Sebas to Bailey. Has him going up the middle of the field into the 20-yard line. This could be a Bailey series here, you know it. Second down, 1 yard to go.
That'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let the fullback take it in this time. Are we connected to Whitey yet? Is he still listening? No.
8:14 left in the third quarter. Van Doren and a pitch to Van Doren.
It's going to be offside, though. Illegal motion there. We had somebody moving before that time.
That was going to be a good play, though.
On the left side of the line, yeah.
It looks like we're working Van Doren and Bailey here, so that's good.
Yeah, we had somebody moving on the left side of the line, and that was the end of it. But that's an interesting illegal procedure signal that time.
Well, you know what?
Doing the go-go there.
Our referee, our head ref tonight was supposed to be Senator Mello from Peckville, and he injured his ribs last week, and he waited until about 4 o'clock today to cancel because he didn't want to miss the trip. It wasn't that he didn't want to do the game; he didn't want to miss the trip to Matucci's.
Well, you can't blame a guy for that now, can you?
Second down, 6 yards to go. Van Doren goes in motion again. They pitch to him, run the same play, and Van Doren gets some running room. Flags on the play. Looks like a holding call coming here against the Red Tornadoes. Brings it back to about the 37-yard line of the Seals. It will be second down and about 20 yards to go. Yasenchak warming up, the freshman warming up here on the sidelines.
He's the Vic Kornatsky clone. Doesn't he look like him when you look at him and you glance down and see him? He looks just like him. Same build, same way he moves and everything.
Out of the eye. Handoff to Smith. On an inside handoff, there goes Mike Smith, and he carries the ball to the 21-yard line. And right now, you can see what's happening. That's why the first team's out there. They're letting get the ball in the hands of Michael Smith, Matt Van Doren, and Bailey consistently.
Right. I'll tell you, Smitty's put together a great year. He really has. He has really come into his own this year and become quite the football player. Really has. He's contributed all through the year, and you really like to see that from him. He's a great young man. We got to meet him at Supper Club. You know, that's really the best part of Supper Club is when you get to meet these kids,
right.
You just hear them and you know, see them in person like that. Great crowd last night, really. And now we have the playoffs. We again invite you to come down. I mean, all it's going to cost you is $5 dues. If you don't want to eat, you don't have to, but I don't know how you're passing up a Matucci meal for $6, but 6:30 Thursday night, be there, and that's where it's all going to happen here for the playoffs.
This one goes to Van Doren, tries him up the middle, and it will be close to it is a first down.
Nice play that time by Van Doren. You say that? The way he had to just kind of avoid that one guy shooting past him there.
First down, Red Tornadoes.
Van Doren again, same with Smith. Van Doren's a kid that came upon here in the end of the season and really came on like gangbusters this year, and that's what you like.
These kids don't realize the contribution that they have made to this team. You know, all these players have added their special touch to this team throughout the whole season, and it's great to see.
Now, Van Doren we get to see come back to us. Smith, unfortunately, Smitty's going to be gone this year. He's a senior, but it's good to see him get some playing time like that, and here he goes.
They're going to give it to him right up the middle this time, and that time they're getting sort of ready to see the slot backs getting the ball here, so.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, had he gotten past the line of scrimmage, it was a touchdown. It was wide open. They sealed everybody up at the line.
Second down, 9 yards to go.
And this is how you build a program right now. You get these kids, let them carry the ball, let them get some runs in there, maybe a score. That's what it's all about.
88 Shellhammer into the lineup. Paracel had some great catches tonight. He's out on this play. This could be a pass to Shellhammer to change things up here a little, to get another set of hands in here. He's split far left. Sebas gives it to Bailey, up the middle. Looks like he got to about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be close to a first down, depending where the guy's standing at there. No, it's not going to be a first down no, it's not.
Third down and a yard to go. 4:35 left in the third quarter, and if anything, the Red Tornadoes right now just running time off the clock also.
He was doing one of those reaches. I didn't know where his foot was going to stop when he was reaching back there.
again, we're shuttling, Smith in and everybody else, but again, let's boil down to the line play. They're doing an outstanding job with Jamie Vogler, Dan Daukus, left guard there, Jonathan L. center, Mike Sinkovich, right guard, and Chris Shue.
Bailey, touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good run, Bailey, right up the middle.
He deserves it.
And the
Right,
bus is laying at the goal line.
Yeah.
Good for Bailey that time. That's what you like. You think back, you're in the 10th game in the season now.
Give credit. You know who was the guard in there that time, too? Wayne Booker was in there that time on the left side for Dan Daukus. So Daukus had a heck of a game, but a good block by Booker there, too.
Think how many hard hits Bailey took and how many tough runs he gives you in a 10-game season. And now you move into the playoffs, but that's where you like to see him in the end zone.
Snaps back from Elsta Paracella. Mike Sinkovich up with the kick, and it's good. With 4:02 left in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 48, the Seals nothing. Wow.
Yeah, we've really seen a real coming together here tonight from everybody. I mean, you can see the enthusiasm. You can see, like you had talked about earlier, it's really noticeable here tonight.
Tonight it's noticeable.
It's as if they sat down and said, all right, guys, this is it. This is where it begins. This is where we go to a state championship. We start it right here. And if that's what it is, then they certainly started off on the right foot on their way to Hershey.
Mike Sinkovich to kick off for the Red Tornadoes.
You okay?
I just looked at the time on the scoreboard.
Oh.
And it's, 4:02.
I thought you were having one of those
third
Trout
quarter.
flashbacks
No,
again.
that's okay. Yeah.
Maybe your waders filled up or something. I wasn't sure what happened back here.
It's got to keep running now, though, guys.
Yeah.
Sinkovich with the kick. Bounces around, taken by Mitterling. Should get the ball to the 34-yard line. And he does not. He only gets it to the 30.
But look where he is, though. He's not in the middle of the field either. He's better off in the middle of the field.
Number 8, Mike Smith, in with the tackle.
That's going to wreck his average for the whole night now. But he doesn't belong over in the sideline there. That's what threw him off. Now get ready, guys. Because you're going to see some wholesale number changes.
Well, we see some
here.
wholesale number changes. What happens here, Red Tornadoes have the first team in for one play. 19 in there at quarterback now, Adam Moyer, 6'3" senior. Gives it to Rezegi and gains about a yard. Malakowski in on the tackle. Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes. And this is usually where the big switch is made now, Warren.
I'll tell you, Rezegi's going to go home for a nightmare tonight.
Heck of a performance by this defense tonight.
All season long.
Yep.
The whole season.
Right.
I mean, last game here, they deserve that standing ovation that they're getting.
Definitely looks like a different team tonight, though, the way they put it together. I mean, just one click up, and that's what you need when you get toward these playoffs. All right. Get who's in there. 89, Tommy Jacobs in there. We've got 88, Shellhammer. We have 81, Ryan Miller. 37 in there for the Red Tornadoes, Kerprich.
30, Zublik.
Zublik's in there. Mickey Moroz is in there somewhere. 51, Karpinski. Rezegi for a first down after about a 15-yard gain. Changed quarterbacks, but they kept the same running backs in. Still have 45 Freed in there and 32 Rezegi, and then you'll see also in there 33 Mitterling.
Now that time you see clearly was out of bounds. The clock never stopped running, continues to tick by, and that's part of the new rule by the PAAA, which we had talked about earlier in the year at the Tamaqua and the Panther Valley, subsequent Panther Valley games. It will continue to run in most situations until the end of the game now.
Going to try Rezegi right up the middle. Look at this hit by the Red Tornadoes. Mickey Moroz, number 50 Booker, and also 51 in there for the Red Tornadoes, Jeff Karpinski. Well, these guys are going to get a good whole quarter tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, they're going to see some action tonight. That's what you want. That's what you need. You're going to rest the rest of these guys. And remember, the starters, There's not a lot of difference here in starters and play, and these kids right here, but the starters aren't going to get hurt now because they're not in the game unless one of them falls off the bench or something like that. That's what you want.
Big rush from Karpinski, goes outside the Rezague, gets down the line, and first down at about the 32-yard line. Number 6, Yasenchak coming into the game. He'll come in at linebacker probably. Out 79, Chris Hughes coming out. He was in for those games right there.
I think he was playing left tackle.
Okay.
Yep.
Moyer sets the seals. Pitches back, going to try outside of Rezague. Guess who got him? Yasenchak from his linebacker spot.
Picked the gap, came right through the gap, made the tackle in the backfield. Excellent play.
Helped out by Karpinski and number 37 in there helping out Kerprich. .110 left in the third quarter.
So they have Inch out of the game. 284 is no longer on the offensive side of the ball.
Moyer with the quick pass, incomplete to number 11, Sprangle. Third down, 10 yards to go.
Time's going to run out here. It's 43 seconds now and running in the third quarter. The Seals are obviously no hurry to do much of anything right now. To their credit, they look like they have a full new team offensively on the field right now. I'm trying to see who
except for the running back.
Are they still the first?
Yeah,
team
they
there?
have 32 in
Is
there.
that Freed too in there? 45.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Okay, but the line looks different.
Right. Yeah, good play, Red Tornadoes. Jeff Karpinski and 65, Jeremiah Brown.
Had Jeremiah Brown with us last night at Supper Club, among others. He was the designated model of the sweatshirt last night.
Oh, was he?
Some of the guests we had with us last night. We had a great time last night. We really did. We enjoyed ourselves.
End of the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 48, the Seals nothing. And you are listening to and watching.
All right, still have to do that.
Did you do that? Yeah, one more.
48
Yeah.
nothing.
Still have to do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and of course you catch us every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System, and as always, live at 7:30 in the morning, Channel 13. You'll get to see all the news that is the news at Mount Carmel Area High School from the morning on, and again, you get to see professional announcers do that one, and not the subpar, underpaid, no-paid guys like us.
No paid.
No paid.
Yes.
You mean somebody
And
actually would
Don't
mentioned-
get some kind of rumor out there.
No, see, I mentioned to McPhee about pay,
Yes.
and he said that if I ever said it again, he'd make us pay.
Right.
Hoping I wasn't going to pay him $10 from here on in. He just has a way with words, you know what I mean?
Certainly.
He's
the
big
boss.
guy. He's the man.
You're right.
He
Big
is the
fourth down play for the Red Tornado defense. Good rush by the Red Tornadoes, and Tom Jacobs has them all tied up. No, it isn't.
Nope, 65.
55.
It was 55.
Then
Dave
65.
Shoppy.
All right, 55 and then
Yep,
65.
Dave Shoppy.
65.
Right there.
Yep.
55.
You got him. 55 and then 65 came in afterward.
Okay.
but That's how it went. You're right. 55 was the man.
First down and 10 Red Tornadoes.
Shoppy, just a sophomore. He's a big kid.
Yes, he is.
You see some of these younger kids at Supper Club, and you think to yourself, you see the size of them, and they're sophomores. You think, wow, you're going to see some big kids by the time they get to be juniors and seniors up there. Real tall kids too.
Senchak in at quarterback. Gives the ball to Zublik up the middle.
Nice.
Gain of about 5 yards to the 47-yard line.
He was down. Come on, that guy. That's not a fumble.
Right. 66 and 61 into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Scavery and also Przlumski. At center will be number 57, Brian Swaldy. 83 also into the Red Tornado lineup, Hutko.
I don't know what was wrong with Zublik, but whatever it is, he's a really fast recoverer because he doesn't look like there's anything wrong at all with him right now.
Going to try Ziegler up the middle. First down at about the 46-yard line.
You see him lower his head, guys.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the last 3 plays here, give credit to the center of this Tornado line. They are putting some holes in the Seals defense. We've been running up the center and picking up 8-10 yards every carry.
You got Swaldy in there, also 68 in there. Matt Lepotsky, wanted to say John. I didn't see the guards. I'm trying to pick those out for us, Warren, who he has in right now.
85, Justin Dillo went in.
Oh, flags on the play, and that's going to be motion against the Red Tornadoes.
You got
64
at
is
one
your
guard.
left guard, and 61 is your right guard.
Okay, 64 is Sean Thomas, and 61, Jason Scavery. But there comes 2 more guards in right now.
They're going to change that now. So.
You got Mike Wengranovich coming in, number 56.
And I think he was just doing that on purpose to try to confuse us. Now get more guys coming in off the field in between plays.
Kirkbridge split far left. First down, 15 yards to go. Pitch back to Zublik, going to try to take it outside. Tried to cut it back and loses another 4 yards. Second down and 20, and when it's a second down and 20 and the score is 48-0, you can still let your quarterback throw, right?
No.
No?
No.
I tried.
You can keep trying, but it's
8:50 and counting. Clock winding down here in this ball game. Big win for the Red Tornadoes. Big momentum booster going into the playoffs. Out of the eye. Zublik, the ball carrier for about a 5-yard gain, right about to midfield. Third down, and about 12 to go.
See, that's the catch-22 of being a Senchak. You hope the score is high enough so you get in as a freshman quarterback. Then you get in, they don't let you do anything. And you go home and you mumble the whole time. I didn't get to do a thing when I got in there. I'll tell you what, every snap he takes, though, is invaluable to us right now.
Out of split backs. Pitch back to Zublik, going to take it outside. Find some running room, going to be close to a first down, and he probably got it.
Yep.
Looked real good at the 36-yard line.
Tough run by Zublik that time.
Tough run, good blocking on the right side of the line to seal off that whole side for Zublik to get around the corner.
Paul Hubler and also Matt Lepotsky back into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. John Bartle coming out here, number 70. He was in there. We missed him being in there. Just about everybody getting into that Red Tornado offense right now, guys. Tries one right up the middle. I'm not sure who the ball carrier was. Looked like it was Zublik. Oh, it was Ziegler. Number 40, Aaron Ziegler.
How often do you have a backfield where 2 guys' names begin with Z?
Zublik and Ziegler,
That
yeah.
doesn't happen very often. That's what I can remember. 2 guys with Z's to begin their last names in there. They make it hard on us just on account of it, I think.
Oh, of course.
6:42 and winding down here in this ball game. Oh, motion on the Red Tornadoes.
And how many, when you think about it, I was just thinking about this, when you look at Ziegler standing out there, how many Zieglers were there? Well, there was a passel load of Zieglers coming through
Yeah, there
over the
was.
years, wasn't there? Yeah, another one here. And this guy's only a sophomore, so we're going to see him for 2 more years, too. I tell you, you want to meet some nice kids. Every single one of those guys, when we had them at Supper Club and all, just fantastic kids.
Pitch back to Zublik, taking it out around the left side, gets some good blocking, and then it closes down, and good hit made by number 40 from the Seals, which is Brian Linus.
It's the hardest thing to teach a guy is, in that situation, duck.
Yeah.
Don't take that.
Well, it's a little tough. He had 2 guys on him, I think.
Third down, 12 yards to go.
Clock continues to burn away. 5:29 remaining in the game. It continues to tick. Almost nothing will stop here on in. Big Red continues just to chew up yardage on offense, and this is going to be one of the ugliest yardage imbalances in history.
Try the delayed draw to Zublik. Down to the 32-yard line. Fourth down and about 5 yards to go.
That time Thomas had a nice block that time. Got out in front, then shielded him and gave Zublik.
Okay, Sean Thomas in there. Yep.
Nice play that time.
Fourth down, 4 yards to go. 4:45 left in the ball game, winding down. Out of split backs, Kirkbridge split far right. Pitch back to Zublik and going to go for the corner. And just can't get out there. They've run that play a few too many times. First down and 10, Seals. It's one of the situations, though, where you're just running time off the clock, and there's a lot of plays that we could run right there.
Zublik, just a junior. You're going to see another year of him coming back next year, too. That's good news. A lot of young kids here and a lot of talent sitting here behind you. And that's what happens when you get you're basically looking at like a talent log jam sitting on this team. You got just a lot of kids that can do a lot of things.
Yeah, they've certainly gotten a lot of experience over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Moyer at quarterback. I think Rezegay stays there. Yeah, he does. He's back at the tailback. They're going to throw to him. Out in the flat here. Mickey Moroz comes up, slows him up, and he cuts back. Now he has some running room. Takes it to the outside and turns on the afterburners. And Tommy Edwards runs him, Tom Jacobs runs him down at about the 7-yard line.
I'll tell you what, nice play by Jacobs. He kept his eye the whole time, saw what his angle was going to be, and he put him out of bounds before he got into the end zone. Nice play. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do, is to judge the angle, and then plus you got to keep that corner of your eye open for somebody that might take you out as you're going across the field. So nice play by Jacobs that time to save a touchdown. Seals are now in the first time ever tonight in this territory as the game winds down.
Unbelievable they've kept the senior in there, though. Pitch back to him. They're going to try to get him a touchdown. He goes to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Seals.
Okay, did the Seals go for 2? Just thought I'd ask. Sorry. Was uncalled for even by my own standards. Soccer style kicker, guys.
Who is it, guys?
You have standards?
Well.
Okay.
Kicks up.
You got it.
And it's good.
Kicker's number 13.
13's the kicker, Jesse Pyers.
One of those gall-darn sidewinder kickers.
Hey, back off.
You know how they are.
Yeah, I do.
48-7.
It's funny, but you saw more of those, I think, in the days when in the days with Wayne and all with the sidewinder kicker. You see less and less now. Yet there's more and more soccer programs.
Oh yeah,
in every
definitely.
district. Yet you don't see a lot of that sidewinder kicking, and I don't know, what causes that. You'd think you'd see everybody doing that,
The Lions Club from Mount Carmel announced their awards for the night: outstanding lineman Josh Paracella and the outstanding back Nick Sebas. Ooh. Get up to the 30-yard line. Out of the split backfield goes to Ziegler, gain of about 5 yards.
I think we should be able to get away with just saying with the Z's.
Zorro.
Well, it goes to the Z's.
Zorros.
One of the Z's have it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
ZZ backfield.
He certainly deserves it. giving it to you. The last game of the season, regular season, because you've certainly given it to him all season long and last
I can't even recall one instance. I can't recall one instance.
Not one?
No. I like the way you guys team up, too. You're two beauties.
Aaron Ziegler for about a 2-yard gain. 2:11 and winding down.
Take a look at this second team here, the offensive line. They've certainly mounted a drive the last series, and now here's another 4 yards. You can get a second team to start moving the ball. You're getting some experience there, and again, getting into the playoffs. Someone might get injured, someone might need a rest. At least you can fall back on your bench a little bit for a little bit of help.
Zublik cuts it back the middle of the field and gets to the 48-yard line.
He's got some nice moves, that kid. Yeah. He really does. I like watching him run. He's got some nice moves. And right now in the huddle, all you hear in the huddle is just Senchek going, just let me air this thing out one time. We put it in the end zone. Just let me air this baby one time. I'm end zone bound. It's got to be frustrating for him, But that's the way this game works. I mean, there's no reason to heap any more indignity on the Seals than they've managed to do themselves tonight.
Zublik gets about a 1-yard gain. 1 minute and winding down.
But you are right. Every snap he takes is very, very important. It's the timing between the handoff and the quarterback and that halfback and the pitch, and making sure that you're leading the pitch man correctly and everything else. How much are we going to pass? You have no idea. But how much are we going to run? We're going to do that probably 95% of the time.
Should be the last play of scrimmage here. Yasenchak keeps the ball for about a 4-yard gain. 17 seconds. 15. That's the ball game. The final score, the Red Tornadoes 48, the Seals 7. And I'll tell you what, guys, you can't imagine what we put together here tonight against probably a rather good football team.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't look it. But we did put a good game together.
No, they didn't. I'll be interested to see total yardage, because I'm probably betting we're talking 500 yards of total offense tonight on our side of the ball at least.
And probably we will not get Jose on because of us having the problems with the headsets, but we'll stay up here and finish up the final regular season game, and you're going to end up looking at the Red Tornadoes coming back here for sure. It will be a home game against probably, well, who knows? We don't know. We can't even guess. Line Mountain or Hughesville.
Probably where the best bet is going to be either one of those two teams. Of course, if it's Line Mountain, you'll see the ball in the air and every other down. I mean, they are just air it out, throw the football. We saw them 2 years. Well, I saw them last year, I guess it was. Or no, that was. When did we see that? Was that
last year? Right.
Now they brought to the table last year one of the most entertaining offenses that I've seen in a very long time in high school, and apparently they have not skipped a beat this year as far as throwing the ball and doing a lot of different things with the ball on offense. So if we face them, a little bit of a challenge again for the defense. If we face a Hughesville, that's going to be more of a standard kind of team. They're not going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to run it. And, I don't think they're going to stand as good a chance as a team like Line Mountain coming in, because they're going to be a real wild card if we end up facing them.
Okay, Jose's down there.
Jose's there. We got Jose on. Yeah, can you hear us?
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead. All yours, Jose.
Okay, guys, again, I can't hear you guys, but real unofficially tonight, you saw a milestone tonight. Most total yards ever in a football game offensively for a football team at Mount Carmel area. 541 yards. 50 rushes for 421 yards. 10 of 11 passing for 120 for a total of 541 yards. Like I said, a new single game record at Mount Carmel ever. Individually for Mount Carmel, we almost did something else that we've never done before. We almost had 3 guys over 100 yards rushing. Al Bailey, 10 for 79. Waddy was going to go for it at the end, but then decided that he couldn't do that. It wouldn't be right with the score the way it was. Johnny Veach, 13 carries for 141 yards. Nick Sebas, 9 for 114. And Matt Van Doren, 2 for 5. Michael Smith, 2 for 18. Jamie Zublik, 10 for 42. Ziegler, 3 for 13. And Vince Jasenchak, 1 for 6. I messed up in the first half, guys, on Josh Paracella. Josh had 7 catches for 91 yards. It's the second best effort ever in the history of Mount Carmel. Ties him with a number of other guys reception-wise. Nick, 10 for 11 for 120, a great offensive night. For Selingsgrove, 24 rushing attempts for 40 yards, 4 of 13 passing for 98 for a total of 138 yards, 4 first downs, and we had 21. Great offensive night. The milestones, like we mentioned before, Mike Sinkovich over 100 on the extra points, Stevie Sinkovich over 300. And I was remiss last week, Bob, I forgot and I messed up on Jay Malikuski. He has now also broken the career sack record previously held by Robbie Verano. He now has 26.5 in his career, and this team is closing in on the team record. But tonight, I think the big story, 541 yards of offense tells the story. Again, since I can't hear you, I can't comment, but see you guys finish it up.
Boy, big finish by the Red Tornadoes here, huh, guys?
I told you I thought we were over 500 just from the way we looked. So.
And have to give some major credit to that defense. We talk about Chris Cuff and Dan Daukas on the defensive line. Jason Malikoski, Sinkovich, and Evans just put a heck of a game together tonight. 2 linebackers, Sinkovich and Myers. Boy, great defensive job. And we go to the offensive side, Wayne.
You have to go to the
You talked
offense.
about it all night.
Yeah, you go back to Sunbury. I mean, even though that Sunbury game was offensively on Sunbury's side so large passing, we did an outstanding job, 380-some yards, I think, on the ground, starting at Sunbury. You can see this offensive line now starting to gel together with number 72, Jamie Vogler, and 71, Dan Daukas, the center there, Jonathan Else, Mike Sinkovich, the right guard, number 58, 77, Chris Shue, and number 80, the right offensive end, tight end there, Chris Cuff. I mean, we're just starting to mold together. We know who we have to block, no matter what the defensive scheme is. The 4-4, we're just
tearing that up, aren't we?
Tearing that apart. We've seen it so many times over the last couple of years. So my hat's off to those guys. They gave us a great season to watch. Some wonderful football all season long.
Well, we'll be back to...
Let me just say this. It's playoff time.
And they have turned it up that notch already.
Yeah.
And guess what? I think they have another notch to turn it up yet, and we'll see that next week. That's about it from the Silver Bowl. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamore.
Wayne Brokenshire.
See you next week.